Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying attention around the league, there's some serious buzz about a potential blockbuster trade involving the New York Jets and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And no, it's not just idle chatter. This one could reshape the AFC landscape and maybe even set Pittsburgh up for a fresh new chapter. The whispers coming from the league say that the Jets, currently in a deep rebuild with a 3-11 record in 2025 and a defense bleeding points at nearly 29 per game, are looking to shake things up. And one of their biggest assets, Garrett Wilson, the young and explosive wide receiver, might soon be on the move. The Jets are reportedly willing to part ways with Wilson in exchange for a first-round pick in the 2026 draft. And in doing so, they'd free up around $8 million in cap space, money that could go directly toward hunting a quarterback, perhaps someone like Rodgers or another veteran to turn their season around. But why would the Steelers be interested? Well, for starters, Pittsburgh's wide receiver core has been looking for that spark, especially after the recent suspension of George Pickens, which leaves the team needing more playmaking ability at the position. Garrett Wilson, at just 25 years old, is the kind of dynamic, game-breaking receiver that could immediately elevate Big Ben's old offensive line. Yes, Wilson struggled a bit with injuries in 2025, notably a knee injury that caused him to miss the latter part of the season, but his full recovery is expected. When healthy, Wilson has shown himself to be a true vertical threat, capable of stretching defenses with his speed and contested catch ability. His stats in 2025, 36 receptions for 395 yards and 4 touchdowns in just 7 games, might seem modest, but they don't tell the whole story. Wilson's average of 11 yards per catch and his yards after catch per reception, which sits at 2.7 yards, a solid number in today's NFL, showcase his ability to create after the catch. Plus, his PFF grade of 82, 4 and EPA per target of 0. 18 suggest he's a reliable threat who can be integrated into any offensive scheme without much fuss. And let's not forget his career numbers. Over 42 receiving yards per season across multiple seasons, with more than 200 yards total and 20 touchdowns. His comparables are intriguing, often drawing parallels to Tyreek Hill, especially given his ability to create mismatches deep downfield. Wilson's profile includes an impressive contested catch rate of 52%, which puts him among the league's best at snagging those tight throws in critical moments. His yards per route run at 2. One also places him in the top 20 among receivers, and he sees deep targets in roughly 33% of his routes, making him a real deep threat. The Jets, with nearly $95 million in cap space for 2026, are eyeing a rebuild that emphasizes youth and draft capital, much like the Lions did in 2023. Wilson, with his age and potential, fits perfectly into that plan. He's seen as a valuable trade asset that could net the Jets a high draft pick, giving them the flexibility they need to reload at key positions like quarterback, cornerback, and defensive line. For the Steelers, this potential move is a no-brainer. They're sitting on about $46, $7 million in cap space, and adding a weapon like Wilson could be a game-changer, especially considering what he could bring to the table alongside George Pickens. Imagine a duo that can stretch defenses vertically, forcing safeties and corners to respect the deep ball, which opens up more room for Najee Harris and the run game. Plus, Wilson's ability to make contested catches and gain yards after the catch fits perfectly with Pittsburgh's offensive philosophy of gritty, physical playmaking. If they add Wilson, it's not just about boosting the offense for this season. It's about setting a foundation for sustained success, a new era where they can compete with the best in the AFC. Projected impact on the Steelers' offense would be significant. With Wilson on board, the team could see an increase of over 200 yards through the air, and his presence would likely raise the EPA per pass attempt by roughly 15% with Kenny Pickett at the helm. His deep routes, averaging around 33 yards max, would generate mismatches and keep defenses honest. This, in turn, would open up more running lanes, improving the rushing average by around 1-2 yards per carry. When you think about the duo of Wilson and Pickens, combining for over 2-0 yards, the possibilities are exciting. It's a potent combination that could turn third-and-long situations into manageable conversions, boosting the offense's overall efficiency and scoring potential. And the best part, Wilson's YAC, yards after catch, of 2.7 yards per reception, paired with Pickens' PFF grade of 78.9 means this duo could really start to dominate defenses by creating explosive plays. Looking at the bigger picture, adding Wilson could be the key ingredient to push Pittsburgh into serious playoff contention. His ability to elevate the offense's contested catch rate by around 12% on third downs would be crucial. Historically, players like Stephon Diggs in Buffalo have transformed their teams' win rates, and Wilson, with his skill set, could do something similar. His potential to make the Steelers more explosive downfield, coupled with his ability to generate yards after the catch, would balance the offense, making it harder for defenses to key in on just one aspect, whether it's the run or the pass. Now, if you're a Steelers fan who loves the big picture, this trade could also have playoff implications beyond just this season. FanDuel's odds show that Wilson's arrival would drop Pittsburgh's Super Bowl odds from +10, 0 to +3, 500. A huge swing for a player of Wilson's caliber. His presence in the playoffs, just like Tyreek Hill's impact with the Dolphins, could serve as the X factor that propels Pittsburgh deep into the postseason. With Wilson, the Steelers would boast a more complete, explosive offense that opponents would struggle to contain. His deep threat ability, combined with Pittsburgh's physical running game, could give the Steelers the scoring punch they need to compete with the AFC's top teams like Kansas City, Cincinnati, and Jacksonville. In conclusion, this is a visionary trade move that could redefine the Steelers' offensive identity. Garrett Wilson, with his youth, speed, and contested catch prowess, would serve as the centerpiece of a new era. It's about building a dynasty that's not just competitive but dominant, turning Pittsburgh into a true powerhouse that rivals the best, all while giving the fans something to cheer about for years to come. The potential here is enormous, and if this trade goes down, it'll be remembered as a pivotal moment in Steelers history, one that sets the stage for another Super Bowl run and cements Wilson's legacy in Pittsburgh lore. This move could finally give Kenny Pickett the weapon he's been waiting for, transforming the offense into a high-octane machine ready to take on any challenge the AFC throws their way. Pause here, just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you think Garrett Wilson would be the perfect addition for Pittsburgh? Are you excited about the possibility of seeing him in black and gold? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news. Let's go, Steel City.